Hey Aaron, hey Steve, this is Lori with Soul Sisters Digital Design. Thanks so much for chatting with us yesterday. I am shooting this video to show you how your Asphalt Impressions business is stacking up against your competition online and to give you some steps you can take to improve things. Now, I did just shoot you a video related to your other company, which is Beyond Paving and Engineering. And so I happened to notice that Steve, you were the president of both. And so this is going to be much the same kind of information, but it will give you a status check on how you're stacking up with the actual stamped concrete and stained concrete line or division that you guys have. So let's talk about it. So the first thing that we obviously want to look at, which I mentioned in the previous video, is that Google, as it's crawling the web, it looks for those three things: content, citations, and backlinks. So let's take a look at what you've got for here. So content refers to words and images on your site. I love the pictures that you have of your actual work. Your site looks good and clean, very aesthetically pleasing. Love how you've got your team front and center. And again, love the actual pictures of your work along with some of your clients. But and when I plug this website into a word counter, I find that you're sitting at about 979 words. Now, if you recall from the first video, if you watched that first, Google likes to see between 1,500 and 2,000 words on the page, and that really allows you to get in those keywords that you want to be known for. So there needs to be no doubt in Google's mind who you are, what you do, and where you are. So again, a keyword is just anything someone is going to type into Google that when they're looking for a product or service. So let's look at a typical Google search for your particular field. So what I did is I stamped into my browser, stamped concrete, Sacramento, California. So the first thing that comes up obviously is the map pack. And you want to be in these top three because most of the time people won't go to this more businesses and people are using these maps more and more. By being in the top three, you will see a 30% increase in traffic to your website over your organic results. Again, the way to be in this top three is to, one, make sure that your Google business profile is as complete as you can make it, that it's that you have a Google business profile and it's filled out as much as possible. And then the third aspect of that is you want to have your name, address, and phone number of your business listed in as many relevant directories on the web as possible. That means Yelp, Yellow Pages, even Facebook can act as that directory. And the more times that happens, because every time you do that, it's considered a citation, the more times that happens, the more power it gives your profile, because the more Google trusts you. It just sees you everywhere all over the internet, and that's why it kind of builds that trust. Now, below the map pack is what we call the organic results. So organic just simply means not paid. And when I'm trying to figure out who your top competitors are, I don't count directories. So this Yelp is a directory. And so the top competitor is going to be this SAC stampedconcrete.com. And so I picked them to compare you against. And then Angie's List is also a directory. And so then we're going to also look at 5starlandscape.com. Now again, got your website here. So we talked about kind of the content, but I also like to look at it from kind of behind the scenes using a tool called RFs. And so when I plug your site in, I can see that you're getting about 17 visits per month, unique visitors per month. And those visitors are being driven by about 54 keywords. So let's take a look at what those are. If we drill down here, some of it's just your name. And near me is something that Google does by himself, so you don't really count that. But if we were to look at, for example, let's find one that's really related to, well, let me see if I can find one. Hold on. So I wanted to filter and see if I could come up with just some stamped or stained concrete words for you. And so what I came up with, stamped asphalt driveway. Now that particular keyword is being searched for 700 times per month. Well, you're in position 37 for that. Now, Google just recently changed their layout, so there's no longer page 1, 2, 3, and 4, where 10 results were per page. So in that old system, you would have been about midway down the 4th page. Now you're just, further down the scroll. But because you're so far down, you're not getting any traffic at all for that particular keyword. Now let's take a look at this SAC stampedconcrete.com. Now in contrast, they do have some good content as well, but let's take a look at behind the scenes. They're getting 90 unique visitors per month, and their keywords, so Stamped Concrete Sacramento as an example, very specific to where they are. That particular keyword is being searched 100 times per month. Well, they're in the top 3. So they're in position 3, and that means it's garnering them 17 visits per month from that keyword alone. So you can see what a difference it might be to really target those keywords. This is the other competitor, 5-Star Landscape. They've got some really good pictures, but not a ton of actual content. They are currently seeing about 27 visitors per month and 36 keywords. And let's see what theirs look like. So that Stamped Concrete Sacramento, again, 100 searches per month. They're in position 6. So a little further down than the last one, but they're getting 9 visitors for that one alone. Again, it just shows you how critical it is to target the words that people are already using when they're searching for stuff. Now, the last piece of the ranking puzzle is what we call backlinks. So a backlink is anywhere you find one website linking to another via clickable or hyperlink text. So these links act like an endorsement of your website from others, which Google uses again to build trust in your business because it sees these other businesses vouching for you. So it's, again, it's like a popularity contest, but the person with the most wins, but not all of them are created equal. So they're weighted, and the ones that are local are going to count more, as are ones that are relevant to your business. So again, I can kind of compare backlink profiles. Ahrefs tries to mimic the Google algorithm, and it basically judges it, assigns a score. So if you're looking at all of the links coming back into your site, how powerful are they? You're sitting at about a 20 on a scale of 100. And how trustworthy are those sites coming in? They're about a 13 on a scale of 100. Ideally, you want to be just as powerful as you are trustworthy. And so these numbers should be relatively close together. It just adds additional oomph to your profile if they are. So let's take a look at these two. So for the SAC Stamped Concrete, they're sitting at about a 28 on the power scale and about 14 for trustworthiness, and 12 and 4.1 for the 5-Star Landscape. So again, once all of those things start coming together, those citations, those backlinks, the content, all of that stuff contributes to helping you rank higher and higher. And more people find you. Um, that's really the goal of these websites, right? Is for people to find you. So I hope this information has been helpful. Would love to hear some feedback on it. If you do find yourself wanting to learn more or just kind of talk through what your goals are for your business, and we can do some research, figure out what might be realistic in terms of volume and everything else, and what it would take to help you reach those goals. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. Look forward to your feedback. Again, my name is Lori. I'm with Soul Sisters Digital Design. My number is 352-235-9803. Thanks so much for watching.